are the two roles that really swap. Everything else stays the same.
Yep, it is going to be Damwon Kia playing their main roster, their MSI roster, if you will, their Spring Championship roster. Ghost and Barrel back in, and I don't think we're going to see Rahel played anytime soon. He might not even see play this season. I think fans misunderstand why Rahel is here, but that's something we can talk about another time. As Chovy faces off against Showmaker 49 times. This will be the 50th. Thank you for correcting me on that one earlier. You could see that the last time they faced off each other was, in spring, because they did not face off against each other in the early parts of summer. Actually, yes, they did. I thought that was Canyon at that matchup, but I was wrong.
I thought it was too.
Yeah, that might actually not be correct, but I was pretty sure it was Canyon, but I guess not. So no, this will be the second time they face off in summer. My bad.
I mean, technically, that might count just because they were both in the same game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a different, I don't know.
Because Showmaker was listed as mid, right, or whatever, when he was playing.
That would be weird.
Because Malrong was the AD carry in that series. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, here are the stats. The stats definitely favoring Showmaker because, and this is mid.
In the past, it wasn't something that Ghost always played, but he's currently 2-0 here in summer, so the respect will be shown to that pick. As Lee Sin, as you mentioned, it's so flexible. It's very high on the tier list right now. It's just a very clean, standard first pick here from Hama Life. It does leave the Ziggs, the Thresh, I was going to say Nocturne.
Yeah.
The Renekton is also another thing to consider here.
Yeah. Aphelios is something that now could be picked up with the Thresh on red side. That's the trade-off. The new top-tier support. It used to be she was great with Diana, she's great with Nocturne, she's great with a lot of poke, but now she's just pretty much blind-picked because she's just so strong in terms of what she can offer.
60% win rate almost.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we thought it would be Thresh, but actually the Leona's being prioritized more. It really depends on the teams, but and here we go. Showmaker immediately. And LeBlanc is very strong nowadays as well.
Yeah. Sitting at only just over a 50% win rate, but in the top player's hands, you can see what she's capable of right now because of Anathema's chains. So rising up a little bit here worldwide. See that come through.
And Morgana is the choice.
Wacky.
What did I say in the T1 versus Gen G series? Just play Morgana into Ziggs.
Yeah, you literally said that.
I said literally that. And it's great because you don't just get pushed in. You can farm and push yourself really well. And obviously you have so much CC down on the bottom side. The days of
awesome
AD carries, it's over.
Awesome dudes.
The dudes are back.
Well, you know, I wanted to have like some 80 damage, some throughput. Gangplank is definitely going to give you a little bit more of that for sure. Not to mention that, of course, he's going to be able to.
He can kind of satchel himself out. He can kind of take care of himself because he has some mobility.
Arthur's here. They're trying to make this super hard.
Yeah, they are, and Barrel's able to get out of there, but look at the damage going on to Canyon. He's just staying in there, and there's no real escape for him. He is going to flash, though, as the satchel comes in, and now he's really fast. And with the binding, he will go down just barely. Deft is able to make it happen.
You have to be aggressive like this in the early game if you're Hana Life Esports. It's exactly where you're at your strongest. As he's definitely not going to queue into that, or in soul lanes as it used to be, but still very good if you can actually land those kicks, if you can get on top of Ghost in these scenarios. You have to thread the needle. Meanwhile,
a 2v2. I'm not sure if Hama Life really want to take this, though, as the Morgana, or not the Morgana, the Gwen is just being jumped on here. Deft gets in, but a little bit too late. There's the blast plant, but he's got the black shield, so this is not getting over here. Chovy's trying to turn this on to Canyon, who is quite tanky already. But you can see the follow-up from Showmaker's just not there.
Now they have level 6.
Chovy's getting in there. He wants to go for the kill, but he's only going to hit the clone. And so that's going to be the end of that.
Yeah, level 6 was hit for Canyon because he was able to smite that buff. So he actually had his ultimate advantage there over Arthur, who wasn't able to use his needles to get in there and do that bunch of extra damage. If he has that.
Distant damage, all of it is pretty much melee, unless you count Gnar, but the Gnar isn't exactly winning or doing well in the lane. He's not going to be oppressive in a side lane either. So
speaking of winning the lane, he's actually in danger right now.
He's losing his lane, losing control over it right now as in comes the follow-up. And look at this. You're never going to get away from that amount of CC, but Arthur is trying to turn this around. He has insane damage onto the support Sejuani.
He's a Gwyn.
He has only Merc Treads. That's a nice dodge from Khan, trying to help out here against Chovy, and now the teleports are coming in. Canyon not going to be able to survive for too long. The barrel not getting huge damage. As the turnarounds here could be good. Arthur picks up a second kill, and Showmaker's desperately trying to get some follow-up, but he cannot. And look at this, Chovy's just going to solo.
It's a wipe.
Ghost, and that's it. Everybody dies up here.
A triple kill, 4 kills in total here for against Damwon-Kia, and Damwon-Kia are not respecting the power of this composition early on. Damwon-Kia's comp is great front to back. Ziggs damage consistency with the front line, with all the slows. You have the Sejuani. You do not want to be taking fights against a Gwyn in the early game. Elisa in the...
Which?
Yeah, he has no flash.
Ghost is, I mean, okay, they're just going to try to turn it here. The damage is good onto Dudu, and even Chovy's going to get CC'd down to death. And who's trapped in here with who? It ends up to be Ziggs who picks up a double kill instead.
Wow, what a turn. Just didn't have vision. They didn't realize that he was actually not, in fact, alone. They were not going to outnumber him and take him out. It was a really nice rotation down from Damwon-Kia. Looked planned from the beginning. And it's a twofold advantage you gain from this as Damwon-Kia, because you leave Ziggs to push hard. So he's actually... Okay, Showmaker.
All right, trying to lock him down. That's going to be the kick. And now Showmaker's all alone. They're just going to hand that kill over to Arthur. As Chovy, this is what he's got to do. He finds a pick in the side lane. And here's now Hololife's side lane pressure.
Yeah, I mean, now that they can group up and catch LeBlanc, she can't actually be out like this. You know, this is why I was talking about LeBlanc.
They're trying to go on to Canyon now, but the teleport is coming in. The Ziggs ultimate goes totally wide. And now the teleports are coming out here from Hololife, and one by one the dominoes fall.
This is the same problem they had just moments ago, right? And this is why I was saying it was brave, but also smart for Khan. Like, he knew just how much he could push the envelope in the side lane. Meanwhile, moments later, a LeBlanc tries to do almost under turret the same thing, and when there's no objective for Hololife Esports to be grouped on, they punish instantly, like piranhas, man, to blood in the water, and they're going to look for the Baron.
There's a lot of poke here from the side of Damwon, except everything is going wide. There's still a ton of damage from Ziggs, and Showmaker's in here trying to get that ult down. That's going to be the kill on the Vista, but the Baron still goes the way of Hololife. Damwon-Kia, I'm not sure if they can actually chase in here. They had a good position when they were on the Baron, but not anymore. As Hololife, I think that's Damwon's biggest sticking point right now. They're actually going to try to fight over this dragon here. Showmaker is just basically going to try to kill Deft here, and the Cannon Barrage will finish him off. So now it's 5v4. You don't have a Morgana, and Damwon will be able to take this dragon.
Yeah, this is pretty massive for Damwon. Hololife Esports have to just concede the point immediately and try to push elsewhere on the map. Pushing up very far here, actually, for this inner turret. Damwon-Kia have been already grouped. It's really easy to actually collapse in here.
All right, trying to get the pick off, but where is the follow-up? Okay, Chovy's trying to go in there 1v3. That is a nice amount of damage done, but Beryl gonna get an ult off. A lot of posturing here. Chovy goes in, but immediately he's gonna have to stopwatch. So that's that item gone, and now there's the big ultimate from Dudu, but there's no follow-up at this point, and look at the gangplank in the corridor, just bursting everyone down. As Arthur has a stopwatch, only Vista gets a kill.
Really shocking to see Hololife Esports push the inner turret here. You can maybe go for the inner turret on the top side of the map. You could split off.
So he's able to flash away, but there's still a lot of damage as Chovy's going in, and he won't be killed. Even that huge shield comes down, and now you got Arthur on the back line. Showmaker gets exhausted. They're fighting front to back here, but Arthur just never dies. Finally, right as I say that, he dies. He just gets burst down by the immense amount of damage they have, and now Showmaker's going in.
It's a fight on two fronts because Showmaker can be on the left side on the flank, but he can also be right up in the thick of things. And just like I said, Beryl is happy to tank the damage so the rest of his team can get that damage on. The health bars are too low now for Hololife Esports. They can't out-sustain this tank line anymore, so they're just simply going to have to give this Drake up. And you look at the tanks here. Okay.
Yeah, they really want to pick someone off, but, I mean, what are they going to be able to get? The turn comes in, and Showmaker just bursts the back line, and Chovy, he's not fed enough anymore. Even Showmaker's online now, and Showmaker will go down, but it's still a triple kill, and I don't know about the communication there because I think you just give that Mountain Drake. And you can see what Morgana does offer to this. It's a very defensive pick, as now we're getting the kick on a Showmaker, but he's got a Zhonya's already. And he's going to be able to try to get away, but Gwen is really oppressive here. Chovy lives. Can Arthur do it here? He's going to get a double kill, and now he's got his own Zhonya's. Canyon trying desperately to lock him down, and finally, he will be able to. Not to mention Khan wasn't even here the whole time. He was skirmishing against Dudu on the left side, and that's going to be Damwon. It looks like they've secured this game number 1.
Yeah, really nice plays from both teams. I really actually liked how Hanwha Esports played the early game. When they decided to go for that mid-inner turret, I think that's when things really went wrong. Compositionally, Damwon Kia had the superior comp for these front-to-back team fights, but still, you know, Hanwha Esports were ahead early.
Okay, Dudu's trying to turn it around, but say hello to Ziggs. I think he's still got to hit the Nexus here. You got to be careful about those health bars. The stun trying to come down, but nope, that's going to be a last couple of autos. And Damwon Kia will secure first game.
Yeah, it was a really hard-fought win, and it's hard for me to give a POG over here because the way Damwon Kia actually fought out those last few fights was exactly as their comp was supposed to work. Like, everybody did their job. Khan did so much damage with his barrels, and his macro awareness was really good. Like, in the top side of the map, he was able to get that inner turret early on. Showmaker was a little bit greedy, got punished when he tried to do the same sort of side laning, but Barrel's job was to get into the front line and allow Ghost to do damage, even when he was caught by the...
Hanwha as a team, some of the decisions they made weren't exactly the cleanest. I think they started to get a little bit desperate, and Damwon Kia is too clean, even though they got...
끝난 거 같아.
끝난 거 같아.
나르도 분도 없어. 리신 집 갔다가 나올 듯. 나 마나 조금 애매하긴 해.
좀 아껴봐. 이거. 야, W만 써도 돼. W만 2만 써도 돼. Q 안 써도 돼.
아래 W 써, 아래. 못 들어오게 해줄게. W.
갱플 때려줘. 나이스.
갱플 살려야 돼.
꾸준히 때려. 노플이야, 노플.
싸우자. 끝내자.
끝내.
나이스.